You must remember the world as it was, if you hope to save it. It was not a perfect world, but it was ours, and we must fight to restore it. Perhaps the world was a dream. Even so, it is surely worth remembering. It is your charge to manifest a vision of the sane Earth. Little by little, your recollection mends the rifts of this sundered plain. When all is lost, we cling to what we can remember. A fleeting impression, a flickering light. Bask for a moment in the light of distant days. A memory of pleasure can dull a moment of pain. Teeming markets, bustling streets, we delighted in the city's vitality. We would often take our afternoon tea at the quaint cafe a few blocks from the library. I recall evenings spent sipping wine in the square, marveling at the architecture I was sure would outlast us both. A welcome reprieve from the rigors of academia, the salted air and steady surf lulled us into a deep, restorative sleep. Along the lively docks, cheerful fishmongers offered a limitless array of marine delicacies at a pittance. We stood on the shore, gulls wheeling overhead, the horizon brimming with infinite possibilities. Though infrequent, our pastoral retreats were always welcomed by the hardy folk of the fields. Reticent at first, the farmers grew to appreciate our interest in their lifestyle and their lands. The croppers' folklore was as rich as their soil, and we delighted in their ancient tales and esoteric rumors. Sun-dappled roads winding through ancient forests, our murmured conversations in the coach. We were close then. Ancient bridges, crumbling old walls. You knew the history of each, and I delighted in your stories. When the coach slowed at last, I demurred at how the voyage is often more transformational than the arrival. You have exhausted your supply, for now. Each flicker has found gainful purpose. Seek more. Assign no anguish to an empty purse. Experience, well earned and well spent. A little more light, a little more strength. The true splendor of a world, those who live within it. Once more into the maelstrom, in search of what hope yet remains. Sanctuary, as fleeting as a dying star. The road calls once more to its dark passenger. Hope springs in the unlikeliest places. Search every shadow. There is a little light here. He is the perfect weapon, a sharpened edge without pity or remorse. She will seek out what was lost to the shadows and restore it where it is needed most. She will unite the remnants of her people and rid the wild steppes of what roaming horrors yet remain. A watchful protector, he will safeguard the roads he once haunted. Wherever people gather, his songs will soothe the destitute and galvanize the fearful. Wherever the weak and vulnerable bow beneath the cruel yoke, he will be there to repay their oppression in kind. Humility fortifies the hand and the heart. Behind his unwavering shield, the peasant militia will rally. Warden and Watcher, master of the outer spheres, he will be a cosmic bulwark against intrusions from the void. The world's wounded have much to teach. She will study them and work tirelessly to treat their trauma. She will teach others to survive in scarcity, and through her, abundance will bloom from lifeless debris. A beacon in the dark, her radiant faith will affirm the humanity in us all. It is done. Your labors have borne fruit. Imperfect, surely, but whole once more. Wholesome accomplishment is good for the soul. Reflect now on simpler times, precious moments and finer things. As the mind wanders, the past feels almost within reach. Wisdom will help you choose a path. Resourcefulness will ensure you survive it. Study the winding roads and routes of our kingdom. Find any advantage. Look to those who have known fear and failure in ample portion. Hearts and minds will carry the day. These are beaten, broken souls, and yet our fortunes ride with them. To recall a thing is to make it real once more. Spare a thought for tools of iron. Such implements will serve us well. The more they have to hold on to, the harder they will fight. Memory is the hearth that warms the mind. New instruments will help us diagnose the world's affliction and overcome it. A drop of sanity in a sea of madness. A welcome advancement in the science of survival. Every twinkling recollection is another implement at our disposal. Your boldness will not go unrewarded. Your determination does you credit. Do not retreat from painful remembrance. Embrace and learn. A little company for the long ride ahead. It cannot fight, but perhaps it can calm. These wheels are invested with noble purpose. Every rotation, blessed rest for the warriors of our cause. There is no shame in celebrating your gains. The struggle enriches your spirit. Hail the vessel of your deliverance.